It's not what the Mueller report says at times that should matter to you. It's what the Mueller report doesn't say that is highly suspicious. Now, for those of you who've been following me from the start on this, right? The Mueller probe was chartered initially by Rod Rosenstein, giving Mueller his special counsel authority to investigate Russian interference in the 2016 election and any crimes that would have resulted thereof. Russian interference. Now, what's suspicious about this, when it comes to Papadopoulos and the Papadopoulos meeting, they leave a whole bunch of things out of this. Now, they go into detail about Papadopoulos, and they talk about all these meetings with Joseph Mifsud, this Maltese professor. They never disclose in there in the report that Mifsud, the Maltese professor who's alleged to have told Papadopoulos about the Russian emails and the Russian dirt, they never allege in there that Mifsud has connections to Western intelligence. He leave this piece up for a second. He goes through this long extended narrative, Mueller, which I'm going to explain this whole thing, what this Mueller reported. It's nothing but a spy novel he wrote as a roadmap to impeachment for Trump. So he lays out all these Russian connections between Mifsud and alleging, in other words, that Mifsud got this information somehow, hinting at the fact that he may have got it from the Russians, but he never mentions that Mifsud's connected to Western intelligence. But here's the kicker: at the end of one of the Papadopoulos sections, where he goes to, his heart is ripping out of his chest to say how Papadopoulos met with this guy with Russian connections. Notice the last line here I pulled out for you. No documentary evidence and nothing in the email accounts or other communication facilities reviewed by the Office of Special Counsel shows that Papadopoulos shared this information with the campaign. So again, it's not what's in the report, it's what's not. He talks about George Papadopoulos, a Trump foreign policy advisor, meeting with this guy, Joseph Mifsud, who they go crazy trying to establish Mifsud's connections. He traveled to Moscow. He knows Russians. They don't mention in there that Mifsud is also deeply tied to UK intelligence and other intelligence entities around the world. They leave all of that out. And then at the end, in an alleged conspiracy where Papadopoulos was told about this Russian dirt and was supposed to have told the campaign about it, where they coordinated with the Russians, what does he do? At the end, after telling this whole fantastic story, he writes, "Oh, and by the way, he didn't share any of that with the campaign." Folks, this is nothing but a spy novel. All right, I got a lot to get through. That's takeaway number one. So takeaway number one wasn't in there. He misses the Western intelligence angle to Mifsud. He misses entirely. He waits to the end to tell you that all these connections to Russia, none of this was passed on to the campaign at all. It went into a Papadopoulos black hole.